Welcome to Star Wars Action News, helping Star Wars collectors collect better.
And this is Kylo Ren, and I'm not talking about the first series Kylo Ren, I'm talking about the KMart exclusive Starkiller base Kylo Ren. Now again, I'm spoiler free, but I am keeping up with the trailers and whatnot and just the officially released information. If you don't want to know anything about The Force Awakens, I guess stop listening. If you want to just know basic stuff that's been revealed, the Starkiller base is in the official poster that's been released. It's the Death Star looking thing in the background. Now, being a base, I kind of figured it would be like the Death Star, where it would be indoors and Star Destroyer-y and whatnot. But obviously this character has been in the snow environment, so the scenes we've seen of Finn and Kylo Ren in the snow with their sabers, I guess that's Starkiller base, just 1 + 1 = 2?
Well, one of the earliest pictures they released of Kylo Ren and Adam Driver as Kylo Ren, he's standing in the snow and it looks like a big bunker's behind him.
Well, let me just say, if there's a Starkiller base floating through space and they gave it a winter environment, that's poor engineering.
Extremely poor engineering, because if I'm making my own evil lair, which is what this is, I'm going to have it, like, comfortable for me. Maybe he likes the really cold, but then he's crazy, because I probably make, 73 to 75, I don't have to wear socks, maybe I don't have to wear a sweatshirt.
You're going to get a lot of complaints from your workers if they're too cold. They're going to say they can't concentrate. They're going to say they need to wear parkas and can't type very well in the gloves. Your basic employee is not going to do very well in a snow environment.
Yeah, I will say that at my office it is very cold at times, and we do all wear gloves and have sweatshirts at our desk, and whenever the maintenance guy sees us, he's like, all right, ladies, I'll turn up the temperature.
Well, apparently Kylo Ren is not as generous as your maintenance worker.
Well, clearly, I am not going to go work for Kylo Ren.
Now, what's surprising to me is this figure, it's mostly a redo of the Wave 1 6-inch Black Series Kylo Ren. I've got him here too. They both got the soft goods cloak over it. It looks like the same head. It looks like the same soft plastic half-cape scarf thing going on. The arms look the same. The boots look pretty much the same, but two interesting things. The KMart one has a different left hand. The basic 6-inch one has like a standard grip where you could put a lightsaber or something, whereas the KMart one has more of a force chokey kinda, or force push pose.
Yeah, he does have a force hand.
Also, it looks, and it just could be the paint sample on mine, but the belt buckles look slightly different. Like the basic 6-inch one has a slightly larger, wider belt buckle than the Kmart one.
Well, the deco on these is completely different, is the problem. I mean, they don't even look, they kind of look similar, I can kind of see. The one on the Hasbro figure is much more refined, whereas the one on the Kmart exclusive, it's more of an idea of the belt buckle. So I guess the regular 6-inch wins on that.
And then they come with different accessories. The basic 6-inch Kylo Ren has a removable blade lightsaber, which is a really cool concept given that there's 3 blades. It's a little tricky to get in and out, but you kind of rotate it in, and so you get the hilt and you get the blade. And the blade, because it's removable all as one piece, all 3 blades, it gets that weird kind of static electric joining, arcing going on between the blades. The Kmart one has a much more basic blade. There's no arcing. It's 3 distinct blades. They're not removable, and then you just get a separate hilt. Of course, the biggest difference is they took an airbrush and put some white on the outfit to make it look like he's been trudging through the snow, and it's gotten up about halfway to his waist.
Well, it actually looks like they did airbrush or some kind of wash on the boots, and it looks like he's just been drywalling and in lots of dust. It does not look like snow at all. Terrible, terrible effect. And sadly, that is not the worst effect of it, because they also tried to pretend and impart a little vision of snow on his robe. And instead what you have is like an ombre effect, but with polka dots.
It reminds me of the dot matrix kind of camo that our troops wear these days. When you see them, they've got like a weird bit pattern. Here it's just like there's bits on the armor.
It's terrible. It's polka dots on the robe. It's absolutely awful. And I honestly can't recommend this figure based on how awful the robe looks.
Okay, I think you're overselling the polka dots a little bit.
There are prominent polka dots on that.
It's not a great thing. I don't know, though, that just having the white wash they do on the bottom would have felt snowish. It would have felt like he'd bleached the bottom of his cape or something if they didn't have these white dots also.
But the white dots don't look like snow. It looks like he's wearing like something else. It just does not look like snow at all. Perhaps they're too uniform, they're too big, maybe there's just not a good way to do it.
They're too big is what it is, but yet snowflakes are so small, how do you do it? It's like they are too uniform in size. They're all like almost exactly the same size everywhere. I think they did a great job on his boots though. I mean, there's some spots and specks on the boots. All right, I mean, it's paint, it looks like paint, and now that you've said drywall, I can't get it out of my mind, but it's much better than it is on the soft goods.
Absolutely. I think if they had just left it on his boots, I probably would not be so harsh on this, but I just think the robe is absolutely awful, and they did a terrible job on it.
And he comes with a base, though.
He does, and the base is completely different snow, because it's a plastic base and doesn't have, like, the little polka dots on it or anything.
Weird, it's a translucent plastic that they've frosted to look like snow, and even though it's a base, and even though his feet have peg holes in the bottom, there's no pegs. There's just indentations where you're supposed to put the feet. That's kind of interesting. I wish there was a peg there just to guarantee balance, though.
Well, see, and I think if they would have just left the boots alone and done the boots and not the robe, it would have looked so much better coupled with that base.
The robe doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you.
Nope, I promise with it, I'm sorry.
It's not great, I'll admit, but still, I think this is a great holiday gift, Christmas gift item, because it's in a gorgeous box. And with the base and the fact that he's posed and in the window box, I think this is a really impressive feeling figure compared to your standard window shoebox Black Series figure.
Oh, I agree. I just have some problems with it, and perhaps I'm too critical on it because we're reviewing it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they did a good job of also painting in the folds. They painted it before they creased the outfit. I was afraid that when you pulled out the folds of the outfit that it wouldn't have any paint in there, but they did a decent job on that. Other than that, though, it's the same figure, and I think any customizer out there could take a basic 6-inch Black Series Kylo Ren and make a better snow effect, but then use this cool base.
Well, do me a favor, humor me for a second. Pull back his robe and just look at the boots on the base. Just kind of fold it up, put them on the base, and look at it. Looks pretty damn good, doesn't it?
It does, but it also looks very samurai-ish.
Well, okay, the point is to tell you, like, to get you to look at it without that awful robe. If he had a solid black robe on it, it would look great. Because he would also now be a wet, frozen mess with as much snow as he's got on his robe. But apparently he likes that because his workplace is freezing.
I can't wait to see this movie. I have so many questions. When we see this movie and come back, we're going to be laughing Simon Pegg as Zuvio. Ha!
Well, and why does Kylo Ren have like a half-ripped cape? Can he not afford a full cape in the back? It looks like it's just like remnants.
Well, that's an interesting thing. Did I get a bad Kmart one, or is the regular one
No,
ripped?
he has like a half cape.
Oh, at the top.
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at the hem.
No, at the top. I mean, his little half cape, why can't he afford a full cape?
Well, he has a full cape. He then has another piece.
But it looks like it's tattered and worn.
Maybe it's Darth Vader's cape from the fire.
Oh, yeah, that could be.
Maybe he's wearing it in honor of.
Because, I mean, maybe times are tough and that's why they work in the winter wonderland.
He seems a little stalkery of Vader, holding that helmet and...
Yeah, it's an unnatural relationship.
Yeah, it's like he probably has a shrine, keeps
Awkward.
bits of his hair.
He's probably got a whole Tumblr page dedicated to Vader.
Good gift, average figure, but because of the accessories in the hand, it's not one you can just ignore as a repaint. Still, I mean, we've reviewed 5 Legends figures here, 5.5 counting the original Kylo Ren, which is the same figure just in all black, and I think the articulation's great, everything. This is, because of the robe you mentioned, a bit of a downgrade in paint, an upgrade in accessories, but yeah, this is on the lower end of the Black Series figures, the Kmart exclusive one, whereas the regular one, a lot of motion. I'm not sure how I feel about the soft goods cape, but you can certainly get a lot of dynamic poses out of him with it and get him to be really kind of action-y.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot more mobility I think it's a more striking figure because it didn't mess with any stupid washes.
Thanks for watching this video. You can see full episodes of Star Wars Action News with more collecting news and reviews at swactionnews.com. We also have thousands of toy and collectible photos in our photo gallery. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. May the pegs be stocked and the Force be with you.